Composing Gloves here, and today we are checking out Serato Sample. It is a sampling plugin. That's what it is. However, they have streamlined some things to make it really, really fast and easy to use. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. First, I want to show you the time stretching because the time stretching and time snapping and all that stuff is really dang cool. So here's a drum loop. We can give it to it. It looks at it and says, okay. It finds the tempo. And then it says, well, this is what it thinks the original tempo is. If I place a sample start marker, or whatever you want to call these things, and right now I'm at a tempo of 130. The original is at 87. It thinks it was like at 86.86. So whatever. If I play it, it goes ahead and snaps to the correct tempo. Now, if I change the tempo while I'm playing it, there's no weird clicks or pops, super smooth. That is really cool. So that's something that's just like, wow, right off the bat. If you want to use this to chop samples and play samples back, and then later adjust the tempo, something you can completely do. It can also sync things that are like much harder to sync, like acapellas and whatnot. I'm not going to really look at that in this video. Now let's go ahead and make some music with it, shall we? So we want to give it something more interesting than just a drum loop. That's easy. And we want to see how it can help us actually find meaningful, useful samples. Let's say that I want to sample some classical music, right? I want to find a cool sample to do something with. Well, we've got these piano concertos here. And let's go ahead, let's grab the third movement and just toss it on in there. It's going to take a look at it. It says analyzing. We'll say, okay, great. Okay, so it's got it here. I'm going to be careful about how much I play at a time because of copyright. But they have this find samples option down here. This button is dang cool because you click it and it will look at the audio file and say, these look like points that would be good for samples. And we can audition them and favorite the ones we like and then not favorite the ones we don't like. That way we can sort of slowly build up a repertoire of samples that we enjoy. And this is very fast. This to me is the coolest part about Serato Sample. So like that, not really. Maybe that could be. Okay, so let's keep that one. I went up here for the favorite. It's down here. You click favorite, boom, saved. Oh my goodness, we gotta have one of those. Okay, I'm going to keep that one for sure. We're probably going to tune that one around. Okay, so these are the ones I want to keep. Now, just to show you that what the next step will be if you want to keep going, you can click Find Samples again. It doesn't touch the ones we favorited, and we're able to audition new samples. So that's a really, really fast way. It's awesome. Now, I want to go ahead and move this one over a bit. Did I grab the wrong thing? I wanted to grab this one. Okay, and what I want to do is take it. I'm going to hold down Alt, click drag. This clones it to the other spots. And I am just going to really quick. Where does this start? On N. So on this one, I'm on J now. I'm going to go ahead and key shift it up. Let's go up 3. Actually, let's go up 2. Then we'll go up to 5. And then we'll go up 7. These are semitones, by the way. And then this one will go down, what is it? 5. You know what? On this, I want to clone that one more time. And on this one, we'll go down 7, and we'll go down an additional 3. Yeah. All right, cool. I really like that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's loop that, and we'll probably come back and change it, right? Because we got to add some more variety. Now, let's go ahead and chances of us finding drums in here, not that great. Let's load up another Serato sample. Whoa, I've got my cap locks on and it looks like I am mad. All right, I've got this track, Circle in the Sand. Let's do it. Once again, I'm just going to use find samples and see if I dig up some drum samples in the process. Let's keep that one. And let's do it again. I kind of like that. I don't know if I use it, but I'm going to keep it around. So I also want a kick, and I know there's a clean kick at the beginning of the track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear a sample slot. I'll clear the first one. So I'm just going to delete that. Scroll up to the front. You can scroll on here as well. And by scrolling your mouse wheel, you can zoom in really close. And perfect. And let's move this over. And favorite that jazz. Cool. So I have this really simple drum loop. Went and found a snare real quick too. Sounds like this. And let's go ahead and build up a quick thing here using the dope samples that we have. One thing to note when you're using Serato Sample, if you want to trigger more than one sample at a time, you have to turn on poly mode. Monophonic mode is just for one at a time. And so if you're like placing down additional markers on the same pattern and you're wondering why it doesn't trigger, that is why. Gonna toss a bass line on this jazz. All right, so one thing I have not checked is if this Serato Sample business supports multi-out, which I want to do right now. So if I come in here, well, let's send it to a mixer track. In this case, it's in a mixer track. Now I select processing, auto map outputs. I play this. Nothing. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's see here. I don't think there's a possibility it simply doesn't support multi-out. This is something that I haven't looked up yet. Maybe if we go into settings, nope. It just tells me I can deactivate it if I want to. So it doesn't appear. Oh, output. There we go. Master. Let's go to channel 1. Boom. Multi-out. That's intuitive. See, that's beautiful when you don't need to look it up. I am vibing some piano here. Let's see what we can make happen. Got a nice little piano thing. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm going to stop myself right here. I got carried away right in the piano part, and this is a Serato Sample video. But you've seen how easy it is to use it, and when you transition that seamlessly into just doing other things, and you've used the tool, that just is sort of a testament to how smooth it actually is to use. I want to mention a couple things that are really handy to know. The first is I used the delete key before to erase a sample. You can also just shift click. You don't actually have to use delete. Another thing is the undo feature here is like pretty dang amazing. Like it can undo just about anything. As long as you haven't like deleted the instance, it can undo it. And I've actually been really thankful that this undo button is this capable. So very, very cool. Like even as far as like accidentally putting a new song or sound in, it can go back and even restore the sample points. Like it's dang amazing. So the undo feature was a little more impressive than usual to me. There's also a keyboard feature. So before I sort of time stretched out and moved across multiple pads, you don't have to do that. You can actually click this. So here, here's the pad. I'm going to click it on the keyboard function. And now you can do that very, very easily. So if that's something you'd like to do instead of what I did here, totally possible. You could always just record out too and just begin to use your DAW. But the time stretching algorithms in Serato Sample are extremely impressive, which is sort of a motivation to stay in here. But yeah, so that's that. Let me really quick show you what I have made. There's other features as well, but let's just really quick hear what we've got here. I added the piano part. Mixed the drums just a smidge, not really a mix, just sort of made things audible for my current circumstance. And just, yeah, here we go. That's where I stopped myself. So I was going, had this piano part rolling, very fun. These are fun things to write and sort of mess around with, try out ideas. But there's that. There is a affiliate link down below if this is something you'd be interested in. Subscribe, of course, if you have not, and have a blessed day.